Hey there, it's Jenny from vitalitybyjenny.com, and today I wanted to bring to you a series of videos that is going to help you incorporate yoga into your everyday life, even if... Oh, hi. I think Spirit wants to do some yoga with me. So it's going to help you incorporate yoga into your everyday life, even if you don't have access to classes, don't know a lot about yoga. I love yoga, and it has done so many wonderful things for me that it would make me sad if you also couldn't share in those wonderful things. So today I wanted to give you just the basics and a way for you to play around with it so that you can build upon in each video. I'm going to give you a step that you can build upon. So the first video, you just get through the meditation and the warm-up, and I want you to practice this for a couple of days until you feel comfortable doing it. And then after you feel comfortable with that step, then you can, my steps! So after you feel comfortable with that step, then you can look at the next video and build upon, add your first step in, and then the second step on top of that. So the second step is going to be doing Sun Salutation A and going through that series, flowing with that series, you know, as many times as you feel like you want to where you get accustomed to it. So then we just keep building upon these little steps until you've reached nearly a full practice at home. And I hope that this will help you to kind of understand or feel free in your own body at your own home to go through these moves and experience some of the benefits that you can get from yoga without the fear involved. Because since you might not know exactly what you're doing with yoga. Okay, I might need you to move, lady. I might need you to move. What do you think? Are you going to meditate with me? Are you going to meditate with me? Yeah? Okay. So, at the beginning of every session, I love to start with meditation. And one of the reasons that yoga is so beneficial to me is that it feels like meditation in movement. So when I'm doing a yoga class, I actually get two benefits in one. I feel like I am getting a great workout in, but then I also get to work on meditating at the same time. So at the beginning and end of class is where you quiet your body and you quiet all the external stimulation, and hopefully can also quiet all the internal stimulation. And you practice this before every session so that throughout the session, hopefully you can bring that stillness and that quietness to every pose. Even when it gets challenging, you want to remember how it feels like to be still, and so that you can use that when it's challenging to make it less challenging and to realize how strong you actually are in a challenging situation. And the more that you practice this in yoga, the more that it applies to you in your real life. Or, you know, yoga is real life, but in your life outside of yoga as well. So, to meditate, there's of course many different ways to meditate, but what I like to do at the beginning of my session is to just find a spot that's comfortable for you. You can either lay down on your back or sit up. And I like to sit up, but I kind of keep my feet out from me a little bit. I don't sit exactly cross-legged because my legs go numb if I do. So I kind of push my feet out a little bit, and then I just rest my hands and take a couple deep breaths and close your eyes. First, I just focus inward and try to forget about anything that's happening, that there's even an outer world at all. I just focus completely inside. And once you accomplish that, then you can start realizing what's actually going on inside. And usually you'll see that your mind's going crazy and thinking about everything except for what you're doing right now. And that's okay. Trust me, that's more than okay. But if you start trying to allow those thoughts to come, but don't entertain them. So instead of building upon a thought when it comes in, just be like, okay, that's a thought, let it go. There's another thought, let it go. There's another thought, let it go. And the more you're able to let these thoughts go, the more time in between thoughts you'll start to notice. And it's those precious little time in between thoughts that'll give you an insight to what it feels like when your mind has finally calmed down. So, in the beginning, I just like to do this at least for 5 minutes. It really helps to solidify the beginning of the practice, set the mood. And another thing also, whenever I've quieted my inner self, then I focus on expanding the energy that's around my body. So we have what they call an aura, or the energies of all of our chakras emanating from our body. And I like to really push it outwards in all directions. And this helps to open your body up to receiving more intuitive information. And so especially when you're doing yoga at home and you don't necessarily know a lot about it, then it helps to be guided more by what your body intuitively wants or needs, how it wants to stretch, how it wants to move. And so to push open those energy fields really helps to allow the intuitive guidance to come through more strongly. After you feel like you've meditated and you've become calm, then from that place of stillness, I want you to start connecting your breath with movement. And it can be any movement. If you're lying down, you might want to bring your knees into your chest and put them back out. Since I'm sitting up, which is what I normally like to do, I'm going to just raise my arms over my head on an inhale and release on the exhale. And I'll keep doing that so that I'm connecting my breath with my movements. Because all through your yoga practice, no matter what you're doing, you just want to make sure that your breath is connected to each movement. Okay? So we're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale. I like to get my neck loosened up because I'm always tight in there, so just breathing in and out, and then switching sides. All right, so now we are ready to begin our warm-up. It attacked me. Okay. So, to start your warm-up, I just like to start with a couple cat and cow breaths in and out, and remember to connect the movement with your breath. So we're breathing in and out. Go ahead and curl your toes under and push back into downward dog. We're gonna sit here for like a couple of breaths to really get those backs of your legs stretched out. If you want to, you can bend one leg and stretch out the other one for a breath or two, and then bend the other one. Okay, and then look forward and step with your right foot, deep lunge. Bring the other one to meet, halfway lift, and then forward fold. And we're gonna fold. We're gonna stay folded down for a while to give our back a really good stretch. So we're just gonna keep your feet, toes touching, fold all the way down, and maybe grab your elbows and just hang. You can shake your head yes and no to release your neck. And then we're going to come all the way up on a breath, inhale. And then hands to heart center on an exhale. And then we're just going to go ahead and breathe in again. And swan dive forward. Halfway lift. Back down. Come back up. And do this several times until you feel very warmed up. So that's the end of the warm-up video. I want you to go back through and just watch this video and then try to go along with it the next time that you watch it and get this series, this warm-up series down before moving on to the next video. It doesn't matter if you have to do it every day for a week before moving on to the next step. Just really get the meditation part down and then get the connecting the breath with the movement and warming the body up at the same time. Get those two key important factors down and then move on to the next step, okay? I'll see you in video number 2.